Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your month ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, a heartfelt warm welcome, and also I just want to say a big thank you to all of you that have supported my work throughout 2019, 2018, 2017, and those hardcore ride or die of you who have been with me from the start in 2016. It really does mean a lot. You guys know who you are. I know who you are as well. It really does mean everything to me. So thank you for that. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. If you haven't got your winter solstice activation session seat, you can do that on the link in the description box below. And your 2020 quarter calendar is up and out there. It is a daily card pull, new moon and full moon astrology, and also a big write-up about the coming Pluto-Saturn conjunction. So if you want to get yours, as your ruler Jupiter is going into Capricorn this month as well, so you want to see what that means for you. All right, with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. And just to say a big, massive happy birthday to you. If you are celebrating your solar return this month, then a big happy birthday to you. I just want to say as well, fill the day of your solar return with a little bit of everything that you would like to have in it. All right, so just take a moment to think about that. Your actions and interactions with the world at large. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, so this is you going after the abundance. It's also you going after the wealth. It's actually also, this is a new beginning when it comes to your material life. This is about you asking yourself, what is it that you want to create now? What are the seeds that you are sowing? Interestingly enough, I'm filming this on the day of the Sagittarius new moon, right? So whatever seeds you plant at that time, or whatever seeds you're planting on the day that I film this, they have all the chances in the world to flourish. It means that you're planting the right seeds and you're planting them in fertile ground. The Ace of Pentacles, yes, it's a new beginning, but it's a new beginning in your finances. It's a new beginning in your material life. For some of you, this is about where you live. I don't know why, but I get this feeling that your home life, it's like you're saying to yourself, do you know what? I'm okay for now, but I know in 2020 I'm going to be ready to move. I know I'm going to be ready to go elsewhere. And this isn't just about Sagittarius liking to travel. It's about you choosing where the next place is that you're going to live. This is about you saying, I now need a place that reflects my soul. I now need to be in an energy or around an energy that that really supports what it is that I'm trying to build, where it is that I'm trying to go now. The Ace of Pentacles, with your actions and interactions, this is what you do, right? And the Ace of Pentacles means that you are sowing seeds. At the moment, you are planting ideas, beginning projects. Maybe even for the first time ever, you're actually jotting it down so that you can see it on a piece of paper, so that you can see what's bouncing around in your mind. This is about you being open to those ideas flourishing, which is a really beautiful energy actually, right? It's great. So, and it's a lovely way to start off as well, Ace of Pentacles. So let's have a look at your money and your materials, your actual finances and your physical health. And the card that's jumped out is the Five of Swords. So when it comes to money, Five of Swords can sometimes be bickering, sometimes it can be arguments, sometimes it can be difficult conversations that need to happen. And because this falls in your money and materials sector, first of all, when it comes to money and finances, this for me, especially because it is next to the Ace of Pentacles, you might be cutting something off that causes a bit of discomfort to somebody else. It might be that you're cutting a subscription. It might be that you're saying to a partner or a child, this is no longer going to be able to happen. And it's because you're ready to focus your resources in ways that are more beneficial to you. You're ready to start enhancing your material life by getting on top of the finances. I will say this to you, for those of you that are looking to apply for loans, for those of you that are looking for refinancing and stuff, it's not there. The energy just isn't there. Not with the Five of Swords. It may be a lot more hassle than it's worth. It might be as well in terms of interest rates and stuff, you might not necessarily get the deal that you're hoping for. So I would say if you're applying for anything like that, especially if it's like a short-term loan, don't do it. This is not the month for it. The energy just isn't there. All right. When it comes to your physical health, this is, for me, it feels like you're seeking a second opinion. You want to get, it's almost like if you've had like a chronic illness, or that, again, I can't give you financial or health advice because I'm not a medical professional or a financial professional. I can tell you what the energy is though. And the energy for this kind of says that if you've been dealing with like a chronic illness of some sort, if you have been having some kind of, if there's something that's been bothering you, some sort of ailment, you might have had a diagnosis. Now, I'm not saying that you've had a misdiagnosis. I'm just saying that this month you might be seeking out a second opinion. There's something about whatever it is that you're being told and you're like, that just doesn't feel right. It doesn't tally up. Like, even if some of the symptoms are similar to what's described by, you know, by your medical professional, you'll be wanting a second opinion because you want to know. It's almost like you're saying, you know what, yes, there's some overlap, but no, you haven't quite pinpointed what it is. You know, it doesn't feel like what you're saying is right to or for me, right? And you get to decide. That's how it is. So your communications with the world at large, you've got the Seven of Swords. Now, this is a month to be really, really careful with your finances. This is a month to keep an eye on your bank account, keep an eye on your cards. You know, if, you know, anything like that, don't leave your wallet out when you're at work. The reason I say that is because this falls right next to your Five of Swords in your money and material sector. Seven of Swords can indicate theft, it can indicate deceit, lies, all of that sort of stuff. So just be careful about any of the stuff that houses your money this month. So like I said, your wallet, your purse, your bag, don't leave it unattended. You know, this is all very practical, everyday common sense stuff. But with these cards, even more so, you need to be very hawk-eyed around these things. So when it comes to your communications with the world at large, the Seven of Swords does indicate that you may catch somebody in a lie. You might catch somebody out this month. You might hear somebody saying something and think, hang on a sec, you know, that doesn't actually feel right. Or it might be that you hear somebody saying something that you know to be a flat out, all out lie. That Seven of Swords, basically, it's going to put you in a bit of a situation because you will have to decide whether to call that person out. Five of Swords is present, so the chances are you probably will, especially if it's a lie that directly affects you. You know, it could be that maybe you catch somebody in a certain act or whatever and they say, oh, you know, I need you to lie for me, and you're kind of like, no. I mean, Sagittarius is all about the truth, right? Your ruler is Jupiter, the law, philosophy, higher thinking, higher perspectives, and also the truth, right? It's your planet and your sign represents the truth. So it's very, very difficult for Sagittarians to live in that kind of energy. And it looks like this month you will be catching somebody out and you'll actually be calling them out on it. The only thing that I will say to you is try to find a way that this isn't explosive. You know, if you can pull this person aside and say to them, you know what, you need to think about what you're saying because I'm not going to back you up on this. All right, you find a way to do this, find a way to do it smoothly. All right, that's going to create less hassle and issues for you in the long run as well, because then you don't have to deal with it. You know, if you shut somebody down and just say, look, I'm not going to back you up on this lie, the chances are they'll think about not telling it, you know, because they'll be like, okay, well, I haven't got a leg to stand on then. All right, just consider that. Your personal relationships, you have the Seven of Pentacles. What do we notice here? Straight away, you've got two sevens right next to each other. And your sevens are about endurance, right? Yes, they're numbers of spirituality. Yes, they are numbers of expansion in a way, but they're also numbers of endurance. This is where you need to find the energy to continue. It's where you need to find the energy to be able to stick to something, to see it through its correct path or its correct manner. Now, you've got the Seven of Pentacles in your heart and half sector. So for those of you that are partnered, Seven of Pentacles basically says, because it's right next to the Seven of Swords, you and your partner might have some trysts about money this month. You know, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you might have some moments where you kind of need to get on the same page. And sometimes in order to get on the same page, we need to know where it is that we disagree. In order to know where it is that we disagree, we have to have those disagreements. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Be ready. And it's interesting because December looks like a month for things being revealed, secrets being revealed, or things coming to light. Now, I don't necessarily think that your partner is lying to you. They might have tried to cover how their money situation looks, how their finances look at the moment. If you fly off the handle, it's going to create more issues. And this is why I say to you, try to deal with this. Like, if it comes up, maybe try to say to them, look, you know what, I know you're not in the best position at the moment, but can you let me know where we actually stand? So if we do have a problem arise, we can meet it together. Your Seven of Pentacles as your relationship in general, it means that you're taking stock of where you've been. You're taking stock of the relationship so far. For some of you, you could be asking yourselves, is this the right person or place for my heart? Is this the right relationship? For others of you, you could just be taking stock and saying, you know what, maybe let's do a checkup on our relationship and see where we're at. You could be realizing where maybe a partner is feeling a bit distant, maybe a bit disillusioned, whatever. On the brighter side of it though, you could be, a lot of you, this is kind of, for me, this is kind of like renew your vows energy. So for a lot of you, it's not all dark, it's not all heavy. For a lot of you, this could be just literally you and your partner saying, you know what, we've been together a while and so far it's been all right. So far I've enjoyed my time. For those of you that are single, or seeing somebody, it looks like you might catch this person, not in a lie, but it does look like they might be having certain issues. And if they're going to try to lean on you, it's probably going to be this month. Just don't let it be financially. That's my whole thing this month. And the reason I say that is just because of the combination of cards that have come up. I mean, and it's interesting because your personal finances don't look awful. It looks like you're really sowing seeds for the new year already, which is a really great way to use this energy. Your first month or first week of the month, you've got the World card. So look, the Ace of Pentacles, a grand beginning, and then you've got the World card or the universe in this deck, a grand culmination. Whatever you sow at the time of your Sag new moon, whatever it is that you're doing around that time, whatever it is that you're building or planting now, has all of the energy that it needs to really succeed. 2020 is going to be a year that challenges you, but it's going to be a year where you can truly make some forward progression and also some growth. The first week of the month will definitely see you. This first week of December, it will see you laying the foundations, sowing certain seeds, maybe reaching out the feelers to talk to people that you think might be able to help you. For some of you, this could be about you seeking that new place to live or even that new job. Your second week of the month, you've got the Moon card. Yeah, and it looks like there is something coming to light. There's something that is being revealed. It might be, because the Moon card can sometimes represent your past. It can also represent you being a bit cloudy about things. And because it falls underneath that Five of Swords, I will say this to you. When it comes to money and materials and finances specifically, it's really important that you try to see it through and ask yourself what it is that's clouding your judgment. If there is anything, is there something you're overlooking because there's another person involved? You need to consider that. And this second week of the month could really illuminate to you where your fears are when it comes to money. In terms of your health, for those of you that this relates to that, this could definitely be you getting a second opinion, and the second opinion shedding more light than the first one. So I second that message for sure. Then your third week of the month, you've got the Hierophant card. Now this really is interesting to me because it does suggest not only will you catch somebody in a lie, but it may even be that you're able to take a preventative measure. It could be something as well, and I said, well, it's not small. It could be that you catch somebody doing something this week. Interesting, because it's right around like the big holidays. It could be that you're catching somebody this week and saying to, you could be saving them a lot of heartache in the long run, because the Hierophant is the institution, right? It's the law, all the legal stuff. It is the structure, the society, the rulers, you know, all of that sort of stuff. It's the rules, the regulations. You could be catching somebody breaking the rules, or possibly even breaking the law this month. And you guys are, in many ways, you're actually sticklers for the rules. You know, a lot of people will probably laugh at that, but actually at heart, Sagittarius does like, you know, law and order, so to speak. So that's interesting for me. It could be something as trivial as, you know, somebody says, oh, you know, I'm not going to stay over, I'm just going to drive home. And you're like, I'm sure I saw you have like 5 or 6 beers. You're not going to drive home. And they're like, oh, no, you know, I'm fine. I'm totally good to drive. It could be something as, and that's not minor because it could be huge, right? But it could be something as ground level as that, or it could be that you catch somebody actively going out of their way to do something that could, in the long run, really be of their detriment. And it looks like you're not going to be very happy about it at all. All right, so, I mean, that's an interesting one. Your 4th week of the month, you have the Justice card with the 7 of Swords and right next to the Hierophant. I mean, yeah, this... Just be on the lookout for something that looks amiss with a loved one, with somebody that you care about, possibly even a friend, right? It looks like somebody is acting out of character, and you will find out the reason this month, you know, and it may be that you can support them, but it might be that you choose not to. Now, when it comes to partnerships, because this is the Justice card, represents Libra, for those of you that are partnered, a lot of you could really be having this lovely energy where it is like, you know, you and your partner are like, wow, we've been together this long. I feel so connected to you. I feel like our bond is really strong, which is lovely. For a select few of you, like I said, this could be that you're having words about something that your partner's tried to keep from you. Not because they wanted to lie to you, not because they're hiding, like, you know, that they're having an affair or anything like that. It could just be more along the lines of they thought that they were protecting you by not telling you that, I don't know, maybe their, you know, their job isn't as certain for the new year as they thought, or maybe they don't have as much money saved up as they thought, or, you know, it could be something along those lines. But for the most part, your relationships look good. For those of you that are single, the energy just isn't there for it this month. You know, you stand a much better chance in the new year for things really shaping up for you, especially in that respect. And then finally, your key to the month. You got the Sun card, right? And the thing that I love about the Sun card, it lightens the blow on everything that it touches, and it enhances all of the blessings. So this is enhancing your Ace of Pentacles and your World card to say, look, you know what? These are great things. Whatever it is that you're planting, it has the energy to really be built into something that will last the test of time. It lightens the energy of some of these heavy cards and basically says, you know what? Yes, these will be things that come up, but you can traverse them. You can push past them. The sun is currently in Sagittarius. It's shining a light on you, which is a beautiful energy. And the Sun card itself represents blessings. So in amongst all of these challenges, there will be many moments for you to celebrate, many moments for you to be happy. And it looks like as well, whatever's going on here, you may be able to help this person sidestep either the lie that you catch them in, or whatever it is that they're doing of their detriment, you know. And because the Sun card basically says it will come to light, and the chances are you'll be able to alleviate something. It's kind of like you're going to be having that vision of the future and being like, that could go really, really bad, and you manage to talk them down off some sort of proverbial ledge. All right, so I just want to say a happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule for those of you that celebrate like myself. You know, I hope you have an amazing holiday season. Yes, it's going to be a month of challenges, but it is laying the foundations for when you go into that amazing 2020 that you're about to have. All right, so keep that in mind. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. And remember, this isn't just a new year. It's a brand new decade. Use it wisely and start it well. Take care, and I'll see you soon.